With the new film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood just around the corner, we thought it would be appropriate to discuss the most interesting, or rather bizarre, Tarantino fan theories. Connected universe. Theories have always swarmed the famous director's films, going as far back to the very beginning, Reservoir Dogs. The theories have only gotten bigger ever since the director confirmed the existence of one long-going fan theory. That, of course, being that his films all live in a shared universe. After confirming the existence of his multi-connected films, he went on to explain that there are two separate universes for his filmography. Universe A, the realer-than-real universe, being on the more realistic side to his storytelling. A universe close to our own. Films that reside in the realistic universe are Reservoir Dogs, True Romance, Pulp Fiction, Death Proof, Inglourious Basterds, Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, and now Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Though that leaves us with the question, what's the second Tarantino-verse like? The movie universe, known as Universe B, is a more unrealistic approach the director has taken his stories to. Films that involve a level of the supernatural, unrealistic action scenes, or just a general fantasy approach. The movies that scatter this universe are Natural Born Killers, From Dusk Till Dawn, and both of the Kill Bill volumes. So hypothetically speaking, Beatrix from Kill Bill could wander off into the desert and run across some vampires from Dusk Till Dawn, given they both exist in the same universe. Now, before we break down these theories, we must say, major spoilers ahead, so please, approach with caution. Bill is alive. What if he were to tell you that Bill from the appropriately named Kill Bill volumes was alive? Would that take away from the character arc we saw Beatrix, aka the bride, go through? Wasn't the whole point of the film the idea of a bloody revenge and getting back what was so brutally taken from her? There is absolutely no way that Bill could have survived a deadly 5-point palm exploding heart technique, or is there? One fan theory suggests just that. To understand, we must go back to the very start of Beatrix's storyline, drawing her training with Pao Mai, who was her martial arts instructor. During any major physical struggle for Beatrix, we get a cut back to her training. Usually, whatever she learned back then will help her in the current situation. For example, we are shown Pei Mei ruthlessly teaching her the 3-inch punch, which she will ultimately utilize to help her escape from being buried alive in the second Kill Bill volume. He even teaches her the squeamish eye plug move that she so notably uses on Elle Driver in the second to the last half of Kill Bill Volume 2. We see him teach her all the moves that she so gracefully utilizes to defeat her foes, all except one. In fact, it's the most notable one, the 5-point palm exploding heart technique, the same technique that kills the main baddie himself, Bill. Wouldn't it have been appropriate to get another training montage showing the audience how she pulled that move off? Or was it the less you know sort of storytelling technique, so it would come as a surprise to the audience? The theory suggests that it was all just a big lie. We never once see Pao Mei training Beatrix in the skill of the 5-point palm exploding heart. It even comes to a surprise for Bill when she supposedly uses a correct technique on him. Bill asks, "Pao Mei taught you that?" Beatrix responds, "Sure he did." But if you watch carefully, she is shaking her head no the whole time. This happened right after she supposedly uses the deadly technique on Bill. You may be asking, then why was Bill bleeding? Why did he get up, taking a few steps, and seemingly fall over to his death, as explained earlier in the film? Part of the theory suggests that the lip bleeding is just that exactly, a bitten lip and not a cause of any internal bleeding. Well, that doesn't answer the question of Bill, taking his 5 steps, seemingly falling over after. The fan theory states if you look at his weight placement, he actually takes 6 steps. This is his acknowledgement. She hits him 6 times, not 5, so he takes 6 steps, not 5. It's a quiet acknowledgement that if I pretend to kill you, you pretend to be dead. You could say it was a throwback to an earlier scene, in which Bill's and Beatrix's daughter, Bibi, pretends to shoot the bride with a fake gun. Bill leans into her, stating now that she has to play dead. Beatrix, in a dramatic fashion, lays down and pretends to die in front of her daughter. Now that you have the theory in your head, it's all almost starting to make sense. Still not convinced? The fan theory that was posted on Reddit states, at the end of the film, Beatrix is on the floor of a motel bathroom, half laughing and half crying and saying, "Thank you." Who is she thanking? Bill. Why? For letting them all go. Pretending to kill him and him pretending to die is the only way either of them can exit the situation gracefully. They both love each other. They don't really want to kill each other, especially not after it turns out BB is not only alive, but has been cared for by Bill all these years. Though there is one final piece of evidence that solidifies this theory's credibility. That, of course, being the end credits. During the credits, we get a scene where all the actors who were killed, their names appear, with a line being crossed through them, representing the character's death. All but 2 characters are crossed out, that being the bride herself, Beatrix, and the infamous Bill. Yeah, that's right, Bill, the main antagonist of the film, isn't shown to have his name crossed out, leaving the idea that he might still be alive wide open. Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs takes place on the same day? One famous theory suggests that both Pulp Fiction and Reservoir Dogs takes place during the exact same day. First, let's look at the connecting facts to both movies. Both are set in LA sometime during the early 90s. The brands Big Kahuna Burger and Red Apple cigarettes appears multiple times in both movies. Vincent Vega of Pulp Fiction and Victor Vega, aka Mr. Blonde from Reservoir Dogs, are brothers. Mr. White's real name is Lawrence Dimmick, which makes him related to Jimmy Dimmick from Pulp Fiction. Jack Rabbit Slims exists in both movies. The girl shot by Marcellus in Pulp Fiction is the same one who was dragged out of her car by Mr. Pink in Reservoir Dogs. Now that we got some of the connecting factors to both movies out of the way, what makes them take place during the same day? Well, that's simple if you look closely. During all the madness that was Pulp Fiction, not one single cop could be found, even in a scene where it would have been perfect for a police officer to show up. For example, scenes where Jules and Vincent are riding around in a car caked in blood, covering not only the interior of the vehicle but the windows as well. Wouldn't that be the perfect opportunity for a cop to pull them over? The theory suggests that all the cops are busy in that area, because it takes place during the diamond heist of Reservoir Dogs. This theory also connects back to one of the greatest Tarantino mysteries, that being the items of the briefcase shown in Pulp Fiction. Believers of the same day theory suggest that what might lay in the case of the diamonds stolen earlier in the day from Reservoir Dogs. It might not be the strongest theory, but it's for sure one that will get your head spinning if you think about it for too long. Thanks so much for watching. Any theories you might have missed? Leave a comment down below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.